If President Trump's claim of mortgage fraud against Federal Reserve Board Governor Lisa Cook sounds familiar, it's because he's used this kind of playbook before on his perceived political enemies. He's accused New York Attorney General Tish James and California Democratic Senator Adam Schiff of mortgage fraud. Both deny any wrongdoing, just like Cook, of course, does as well. And Trump was asked about his motivation here. Was he just digging around for dirt against people he doesn't like?
No, they're public. I mean, you can find out those records. You can go check out the records yourself. And you should be doing that job, actually. You wouldn't do that because that's not the kind of reporter you are. But you should be doing that job. I shouldn't have to be doing it. If you did your job properly, we wouldn't have problems like Lisa Cook.
So Trump says it's not retribution at all. But just ask vocal critics like John Bolton. The FBI searched his home last Friday as they relaunched an investigation into whether he revealed classified information for his 2020 book. And that hasn't stopped Bolton from calling out Trump publicly, because just today he called Trump's Ukraine policy incoherent in an op-ed for the Washington Examiner. With me now, former Homeland Security and Counterterrorism Advisor to Vice President Mike Pence, Olivia Troye, who's been a frequent outspoken critic of the president as well. Olivia, it's good to see you. Now, you've, of course, heard the president saying he's not weaponizing or retribution or anything like that. But when you see what happened to Bolton and others, can you believe him?
No. I think he's absolutely doing what he said he would do. He ran on a campaign of retribution, and I think we're seeing it come to fruition now. I mean, what happened to Bolton, he was a critic. He was talking about his feelings on Putin and Ukraine, which I agree with Bolton. I've been out there criticizing what happened in this summit in Alaska and everything. But I think this is all par for the course in the plan. And I think when we see what's happening to Bolton, I think, you know, there's been executive orders on Miles Taylor, Chris Krebs. There's been a lot of these things that have been public propaganda, so to speak, from the White House. But I think on Friday, that was really, truly crossing the line.
It must be hard not to feel anxious, given the fact that you have been an outspoken critic, as many others have as well. You've spoken out about the danger, the extremism aspect of it. What is life like for somebody who has criticized Trump today?
I mean, I certainly think about, well, am I next? You know, am I the next person that they're going to knock on the door on? What does that look like for me and my family? What do I need to prepare for that situation? Watching it unfold on Friday, I was horrified for John Bolton and his family, trying to figure out what was happening. And I was concerned because I think it's also, it sends a sign and a chilling effect, right? It is really about silencing critics, and it is a sort of an effect of, well, am I next? What's going to happen? And I think for people that are watching too, what does it mean for them? I mean, you know, Friday it was John Bolton, and you may not agree with his politics or foreign policy, but tomorrow, it could be a journalist, it could be you, it could be me, it could be actually any American citizen or person out there who criticizes the president. That is why this is so dangerous. I think this is very authoritarian-like. It's something that I warned about, and it is horrible to watch it play out. I mean, this is something, you know, I went to Kash Patel's confirmation hearing with Judge William Webster, who recently passed. And the reason we were there in person is because we were concerned that the Bureau would be used in such a manner that would be a political vengeance force for Donald Trump. And Friday showed that that is the direction that this is going in.
It doesn't end with discussions about critics who are vocal, who are on television and beyond. There have been those, even we're learning that there's 180 FEMA officials that sent to Congress a letter that warned the agency is being gutted and could be very ill prepared in the future for a natural disaster. And some of those staffers who signed that letter have been placed on leave now. What is the harm and risk that is coming if there is a chilling effect even in that degree to issues outside of politics like natural disasters?
Yeah, I have been very concerned about what we're seeing in our public service ranks. I'm concerned about what they're doing to the intelligence community. They're revoking clearances, they're firing people. They just fired the head of the Defense Intelligence Agency, which I served under along the way, for his assessments. The analyst did assessments on the Iranian strikes, right? And Trump didn't like that. So now we have FEMA staffers warning. And the thing is, what they're warning about are things that are going to affect all Americans, regardless of your politics. They're warning that they're concerned that we could have a Katrina-like disaster again because we're unprepared. We don't have the resources. The agency's being gutted, and resources are being pulled away to other distractions, either it's the border or other things. And so what they're saying is, We are concerned that there is going to be a natural disaster, and we are regressing back to what happened in Hurricane Katrina. I was there on the ground in the aftermath, and I can tell you that the destruction of what happened there was horrific. And that was part of the reason that there was a lot of work in the aftermath to make sure that we wouldn't go back to that again.
We have a series on CNN talking about the 20 years since Hurricane
Yes.
Katrina. Really profound to remember those moments. FEMA did release a statement saying, quote, "It is not surprising that some of the same bureaucrats who presided over decades of inefficiency are now objecting to reform. Change is always hard. It is especially for those invested in the status quo who have forgotten that their duty is to the American people, not entrenched bureaucracy." Unquote. Olivia, thank you.